Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are doing part 2 of the OSAD weapons, and today we will be talking about the weapons for the merchant class, the magician class, as well as several expanded class weapons. Again, these are basically reformed versions of the OS weapons from episode 17.1. And when you do, you're basically making a level 4 weapon into a level 5 weapon. The beauty of it is that you retain the refined level. So if you had a plus 14 Sapphire Mace or OS whatever, you actually come back with the plus 14 Sapphire OSAD weapon, which is level 5, which actually saves you that money, saves you that time in refining a level 5 weapon, which everybody knows nowadays is very painful. First, let's take a look at the Blasty OSAD. It's a two-hand axe, attack 400, weapon level 5, required level 170, and it's for the mechanic class. Now, initial stats, it is indestructible. You get minus 15% damage from medium and large monsters, which makes sense. Plus 7, you get 15% damage to medium and large size monsters. Plus 9, you get 15% long range damage and 25% arm cannon damage. I'm sure a lot of arm cannon players are gonna like this. You're also gonna get 15% ACD reduction at plus 11, which really helps because of arm cannon's ACD. Now this combos with a reformed version of the headgears that we have. This particular combos with the Ignis Cap LT, which is a reformed version of the Ignis Cap Type K. The LT versions are not yet in iRO, but I figured I'd talk about it here just so that you guys have an idea of what to look forward to in the future. Now, when both are equipped, you get 70 attack and additional 5% arm cannon damage per 2 refines. Next, for the geneticist class, the Sapphire Mace OSAD, you get, it's 185 attack, weapon level 5, required level 170. It's indestructible, attack 5%. At plus 7, you get 10% VCT reduction, which is very useful, especially if you don't have a lot of VCT reduction for card cannon. At plus 9, you get 25% card cannon damage. And at plus 11, I like this, you get 15% long range damage and an additional 20% card cannon damage. This is pretty nice, especially for the people that were running the Sapphire Mace with the OS version. Upgrading to this might actually be a good idea. So this again still combos with the Ignis Cap LT. You get 70 attack and additional 5% card cannon damage per 2 refines. Next, more letters and numbers. HR-55 OSAD. It's a rifle. Attack 250, weapon level 5, required 170, and it is for the Rebel class. Initially, you get attack 5%. Plus 7, you get 10% long range damage. Plus 9, you get 30% damage for God's Hammer. Plus 11, you get minus 5-second cooldown for God's Hammer and additional 20% God's Hammer damage. I wish the cooldown would actually be a lot more, but 5 seconds is still good. Now this combos with another reformed headgear that's still not in iRO, the Sagittarius Celestial Coronet LT. And with the bonuses, you get 10% long range damage as well as 5% God's Hammer damage per 2 refines. Next, moving on to the Kagero and Oboro classes, the ninja classes. It's the Kuro iRO OSAD. What's Kuro again? Kuro is black iRO OSAD. It's a dagger, attack 150, weapon level 5, required 170. For the initial stats, it's a lot. It's actually a lot. A lot of words, to be fair. You get 150 M attack, you get 7% physical and magical damage to undead and shadow property monsters, quite specific. Plus 7, you get 13%. Wait, is this 13%? Really? It is actually 13%. So it's 13% physical and magical damage to undead and shadow property monsters, which is basically just says it's 25% because of the 7% used. Plus 9, you get 20% more damage for flaming petals, freezing spear, and wind blade, and additional 35% kunai splash damage. You know, they're really spreading it out. Plus 11, you get 15% more damage, physical magical damage to demon and undead monsters. I kind of wish we had more skill-based bonuses. The whole race thing is just racist. No, the whole race thing is, I think, a little bit more specialized. Nonetheless, it does still combo with the Great Magician's Ceremonial Crown LT, which is another reformed version of obviously the Great Magician's Ceremonial Crown. It's not yet an iRO. Basically, you get 7% water, wind, and fire property magical damage, as well as additional 5% damage per 2 refines for, you guess it, flaming petals, freezing spear, and wind blade. Next, the summoner class, the Electric Fox OSAD. It's a staff, attack 120, weapon level 5, required 170, yada yada yada. It's indestructible. You get 350 M attack, which is huge. You get 10% M attack as well. At plus 7, you get 30% damage for Silver Vine Stem Spear. Plus 9, you get 10% VCT reduction, as well as 20% magic damage, property magic damage to Earth, Fire, Wind, Water, Ghost, and Neutral. Okay. At plus 11, you get 45% catnip meteor damage. Now that's nice. Now this also combos with another reformed headgear, Phantom Cap LT, still not yet in IRO. You basically reduce catnip meteor's damage, cooldown by 1 second, as well as 5% catnip meteor damage per 2 refines. Next, the Cannon Rapier OSAD, which is multiclass, to be fair. It's a one-hand sword, attack 170, weapon level 5, obviously required 170. And it's for the swordsman, thief, merchant, and novice classes. It's quite weird. Now, this deals more onto the auto bolter, or like the auto cast builds. You get 150 M attack, you get 8% chance to auto cast Firebolt and Fireball, which level is equal to the refine rate up to level 10. Plus 7, you get 7% attack speed. Definitely you need to get that attack speed. Plus 9, you get 60%. Oh, Jesus, 60% Firebolt and Fireball damage. Plus 11, you get 4% chance to autocast Hell Inferno level 4. Just level 4. Also combos with the Great Magician's Ceremonial Crown LT. Again, not yet in IRO. You get M attack 70, as well as 7% to Hell Inferno damage per 2 refines. Not bad, but yeah, it's gonna be weird building this, to be fair. I might actually try it. I would have preferred the dagger, but it's a sword, so, you know, a little bit more attack speed needed. Another headgear that it combos with is the Scorpio Celestial Cornet LT. Again, not yet in IRO. And this is Genesis Ray, really. You get minus 1 second cooldown for Genesis Ray, as well as 7% Genesis Ray damage per 2 refines. Interesting. Moving on to the magical side, I guess, the Ruler Stick OSAD. It's a one-hand staff, attack 80, weapon level 5, required 170. Everybody knows that. It's for Magician, Soul Linker, Acolyte, and Novice classes. Now it is indestructible. You get 175 M attack, as well as 10% neutral and earth property magic damage. Plus 7, you get 10% VCT reduction. Plus 9, you get 30% neutral and fire property magic damage. And plus 11, minus 5% ACD reduction. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels a little bit bare and a little bit too spread out. It's kind of hard to really build around this, but it does combo with the Great Magician Ceremonial Crown LT. Again, not yet in IRO. You get 70 M attack, as well as 5% combat damage per 2 refines, and 7% Crimson Rock damage per 2 refines. Not that it actually makes a difference. It also combos with the Phantom Cap LT. Again, not yet in IRO. You get M attack 70 as well as 5% ESPA and SWU damage per 2 refined. So leaning more towards the Soul Linker, Soul Reaper side. And last, the Circuit Board OSAD. It's a buck, attack 180, weapon level 5, required 170. It's for the Star Gladiator, the Sage class, the Priest classes. You get attack 5%. Plus 7, you get 10% attack speed. Plus 9, you get 30% physical damage to small and medium monsters. I would really have preferred it to be all sizes, to be honest, but you know, you take what you can get. Plus 11, you get 30% critical damage and 10% melee physical damage. Jeez, where did this come from? Anyway, it does combo with the Red Clock Casquette LT, again, not yet an iRO. You get attack 70 as well as 7% solar burst damage per 2 refines. So bonuses are really leaning more towards the Star Gladiator or Star Emperor side, which is good because, you know, expanded classes don't often get a lot of support. In terms of just OCP or just pure content. Anyway, guys, that is it for part 2 of the OSAD weapons. Yeah, quite interesting. A lot of the weapons here today are a little bit more, well, it's too spread out, just maybe because it's sort of trying to cater to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things at once. But at the same time, it is a good upgrade from the level 4 weapons that we are using. Again, let me reiterate, the beauty of this is because if you do reform it, you keep the refine. You do lose the enchant, but who the fuck cares about the enchant? We want the refine, right? Because nobody, again, I want to explain again, nobody wants to refine a level 5 weapon, go through that whole process again to get to plus 14. You'd rather do it at level 4 and then, you know, just deal with it later, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.